Hello, everybody. I'm Baruti Carl Alexander, and yes, we're here again for Sports Take. Sports Take, your number one sports information source. We're here with a great crew, and we look forward to talking about sports as we always do. Every 2 Fridays, we talk about sports. We see what's going on, and we have some prominent and powerful guests. And Jeff, did you want to do an introduction?
Yeah, we go ahead and start out with Bruce. Bruce Hood. Bruce Hood is from Madison High School. Bruce Hood is 1 year behind us. Of course, we're 1980 grads. Bruce Hood is an 81 grad. He played for
Peace.
Madison High School from 79 to 81. Then he went on to play for Cook Junior College along with Rangers Junior College. And then he also played pro ball in Italy for 3 seasons. Right now, he's currently a police officer for 34 years, and he just recently retired. So, congratulations, Bruce, and welcome to the show.
I don't
All
think he got
right.
his sound on.
The sound, I know.
Yeah, I think he got
Yeah,
everything
we can't
else
hear you,
on.
Bruce.
And I see his the X's through his microphone.
Yeah, I do. I see it too.
All right. Is that all of the introductions, Jeff?
Oh,
I'll go right
okay,
into
that's
the
Bruce.
interview.
Then
Well,
we
we
have
got
David
Dave.
Irvin. David Irvin is a graduate of Glade Water High School, class of 81. Played and started playing football and basketball and baseball in high school. And he also ran track. Excelled in baseball as a shortstop. Played state on the state baseball playoff team in 1980 with New Diane High School. Attended University of Houston, Loyola, Marymount. His let's see. Right now, okay, I don't want to go into all of that.
Retired right
Okay,
now.
so welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Dave. Welcome to the show.
Welcome. Appreciate you guys, man.
All right, all right. We can go ahead and get started then, Carl.
All right. I want to do the interview. I
Okay.
want to welcome Brother Johnny Thomas. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. How you
All
doing?
right. I
Yeah.
know you don't remember it, but I went to Rothschild Sterling too. I was in the 12th when you was in the 10th,
Oh yeah, yeah. I was a little bitty quiet kid then.
but you was a running man even back then. I want
Yeah,
to ask, do you remember a brother named Lonnie Fowler?
Lonnie Fowles.
He was if he had ran on that team with you all, you and Daryl Francis,
Yeah,
we would have won state that particular year.
for
But he
real.
liked the liquor too much.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But he ran a 48, won about a 48-9, but he went and threw up, from the liquor back in the day.
Wow,
I
wow.
mean, that
Well, we
was back in the day. We had the times and everything else, and Sterling. Those were the days when we had Jack Yakes, Jones,
yeah,
Madison, and
yeah,
even Wheatley. All of them was hot.
yeah.
Everybody
Oh
was
yeah,
hot.
yeah.
At the 400 meters at district, I believe Keith Barnett won. I
Yeah,
believe he was second.
well,
yeah.
I believe the
Leslie
brother
Collins.
from
Leslie
Wheatley was
Collins.
third.
No, Leslie Collins was third.
Leslie Collins was
Yeah,
third.
Leslie Collins was
Okay,
third. And
but
Leslie
that
Collins
is the
was
type of
Leslie Collins
uh,
was the state champion the year before that.
yes.
oh,
Yeah, he was
And
state champion.
we back in the day, we did all kind of running the track. The boys from South Oak Cliff came down to Houston.
Yeah,
Rod Jones, if you all don't know who Rod Jones was,
yeah,
he ran at SMU. Now, Johnny, you went on to Baylor. Keith Barnett went to TCU.
TCU. Yeah, mhm.
Rod Jones went to SMU.
Yeah.
And
We
it
battled
just
all through
continued
college,
the hot running.
all
And
through college, all through college.
yes, sir.
Me and Keith.
And on the site, if you get a chance to see, some of those highlights where you were running against UCLA
Yeah,
and I forgot his name, the guy for UCLA. I know Steve Lewis ran for them
mhm,
on that, and Kevin Young ran. But
mhm.
UCLA, SMU, they were the winners back then. Uh, what was the highlight you think of your college running career?
Well, my freshman year, we set the collegiate record in the mile relay. We went 3:01. We was the first team to do that.
That was with Willie Caldwell, right?
Yeah, Willie Caldwell, and we had Duran Graham. Me and Duran Graham, we came through some Forest Brook. We came in together We was freshmen. So we set the collegiate record with one senior, a sophomore, and two freshmen. And then 2 years later, we went three flat, and we won the nationals that year. We went three flat at Texas Relays and set a record there. And that record, believe it or not, that record held for 28 years.
Wow.
It's for as hot as Texas Relays was. We used to call each other every year after Texas Relays if we didn't go down there. We was like, well, our record's still there.
Well, who broke the record, John?
I'm trying to remember. Who. I remember when they broke it too. A few years back, and we
talking
finally,
about the NCAA 4x4.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, Florida has the record right now, 257.7.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that Texas Relay. I'm saying that Texas Relays. They had
the
record. Texas Relays stood for 28 years. Yeah, gotcha. It's like the record. You know, it took them it seemed like people went on vacation. You know, that was running fast because I mean after we graduated, after we went three flat, man, didn't nobody go three. They went 301, 302, 303. I mean, it looked like it took a while to get back down. Like somebody they just took on vacation. Like, hey, okay, we're gonna, we're gonna let y'all keep this, and we're just gonna run. I mean, we used to. I mean,
what do you say about the state of track and people like Quincy Wilson today?
Man, I've been watching Quincy. He's just raw. You know, he's raw. I mean, he don't have a muscle on him. You know, he run with no form, and he's just a talented kid. You know, and I'm cheering for him. You know, I'm really cheering for him. You know, hopefully that he'll just keep improving and you know, and
don't burn out.
Yeah, I hope he don't burn out. And it's like he got to get with a great coach that that's going to train him right, and that's going to that's going to not burn him out. And it's one thing that my track coach just died about a couple of months ago, Clyde Hart at Baylor University. But he told us, he said, guys, he said, I ran y'all too much. He said, my later years, he said, because we gave him the first national championship. He was always close. They was always picked to win or something like that. And something happened. I mean, even our freshman year when we went 301 and everybody else was running 303 or 304 at the Nationals, that's when Keep Barnett, TCU won it. At the Nationals, our ankle leg, pulled up, and so if we always had something always happened at the end that we didn't win it. And finally, our junior year, when we finally crossed that finish line, at number one, and it was that race all through first, second, and third until Willie, and fourth until Willie just at the 200 yard, he just took off. I mean, we were getting boxed in and twisted in, and people were running side. It was crazy, and then when at the 200 mark, when I looked up and he just took off, and I was like, no, yeah. I was like, no, I thought it was too soon. I was like, hey, it's too soon, no. And he just kept going, yeah.
I want to ask this question. Botswana won the 4x4. Will the United States ever dominate again?
Ooh, man, they seem to be coming out. The 400 runners now seem to be coming out the woodworks. I really think that we still can dominate. It's going to. I mean, I think if we really, if we get our best for and run, I mean, it has to be a great race. We just don't dominate no more because those guys are coming out the woodworks, and I mean in every country. I mean, and running fast. I mean, it's like, and then you get two of them together. I mean, it's like, hey, now they can dominate, stuff. And I think Quincy is going to be important, in that, as it come down to it. I'm looking for him. Michael ran a 42, 8-9 split. I'm looking for that to be Quincy, and some, it's like it's going to take that for American to win, because I mean those guys are just rolling. I mean, it's like, And when we started, like we didn't have, I don't think we had our best guys on that when Barcelona won that. I don't think we had our, I think it's more guys that could have been in that substitute, but we found out that we just can't put anybody on there and and win. I mean, those guys are coming out the woodworks and running all kind of times, which is good for us. I mean, we got to come with our best. So
sounds very good, very important. I think it's always going to be a challenge from now on. Just like in basketball, Jeff, Richard Jefferson said the United States is not necessarily going to win ever again the gold medal. It's going to be a challenge every time. A couple of more questions for you, Johnny. In football, you played running back at Baylor, but then you transferred to defensive back. How did that happen?
Because when I went to Baylor, I got redshirt my freshman year. That was really the first years of redshirt. And it was guys back there. I was ready to leave. I was hurt. I was like, I just got good. And all of a sudden, you're gonna set me down. It's like, I had to really. You had to really come. Because Carlton was the back at Sterling. I mean,
right.
And when Carlton got there, Carlton, played varsity his 10th grade year. I wasn't ready.
Carlton Harris, folks.
Yeah,
talking about Carlton Harris.
Yeah, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready my 10th grade year. I wasn't ready my 11th grade year. I mean, it's like, and so my 11th grade year, I did not want to stay behind. I didn't want to play behind Carlton. So I asked the coach, let me play JV. And that's the way I raised my boys too. I told them, I said, hey, we're not impressed just because we're on varsity. I said, I said, if you're not starting on varsity, we're going to JV. I said, because on JV, you get a chance. I got a chance to run the ball every play. I played every down. I got a chance to better my craft every single play. And by the time I got to be a senior, now I was ready. But it took me just getting better and better and better. My dad had told me, he said, hey, okay, you want to be good? He said, he gave me a football. He said, I want you to take this football. See that tree? I want you to run as fast as you can to that tree. When you get there, cut. And I was like, okay. So the first time I took off. When I got to the tree, I shuffled and he said, no, I didn't say that. I said, run as fast to that tree. When you get there, cut. And I was like, okay.
Last question. Hey, what was the highlight of your professional career? And did you ever win a Super Bowl ring?
The first freshman, my rookie year when we went to the Super Bowl, when I first got drafted, there with Doug Williams. So and then so I was still there in '91, but I had blew my knee out in '89, and then I came back in '90 and I wasn't ready. And through that season, I struggled through that season. So the '91 season, I was actually at the Redskins, but I was actually rehabbing my knee. And it's funny how when we go to when we have our reunion, I mean when they had a reunion, they were celebrating the '91 team. And we was all up in the press box and stuff, and the guys was going out on the field and stuff, and everybody was passing by me and said, come on, Johnny. Come on, Johnny. And I said, I wasn't on that team. They were like, hey, come on. Everybody was like, come on. And then by the time they really got back, they had a debate. Hey, man, why Johnny, you was on that team? I said, no, I was here. I was with y'all every single day, but I was not on that team. And I was rehabbing my knee, and I made the team again the '92, but that's why those guys thought I was there. I was trying to get my knee right, and so I was there in '89 when they went to the first Super Bowl against the Broncos.
All right,
Johnny, you should have stayed in line and got that ring, man.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Clark, I got a couple of questions for him when you get through.
I thought we was finna go into the.
No, I just got a couple of questions for him. Before we get started. Okay, hey, Johnny, for some of his family members who are on this site, Carlton Harris.
Yeah.
He has some family members on this site.
Right.
How good was Carlton Harris?
Man, like I told you, I couldn't touch him. My 10th and 11th grade year, I couldn't touch Carlton. For you to come out, be a sophomore and start on varsity, you got to be pretty good. You got to be. You're a little snot-nosed kid, and you know, you got to be pretty good. And it's funny. My sophomore year, first person I had a fight with my sophomore year, guess who? Carlton.
Carlton Harris.
First day of school. First day of school.
Wow. Wow.
First day of school, me and him had a fight. After that, we were cool. But
okay.
But yeah, he was a great running back, quick feet, could run, and unfortunately in the senior year that we weren't able to be in the backfield together, it would have been a dominating backfield. Really a dominating backfield because I had finally arrived. I finally was there, and he was already there. He would probably have been so much better. So and so it would have been it would have been a dominating thing. And
wouldn't Jason Phillips would have been y'all quarterback?
No, it was
he's behind y'all.
Yeah, he was Benjamin
okay. I remember him.
Yeah, he was our quarterback.
Yeah, he's been behind you. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so we it's like so Carlton, he was a great running back, which
I remember against JY, Carlton, Sterling versus JY, which would have been my 12th grade year, which is your 10th grade year and his 10th grade year. Mm-hmm. Yanks had the number 1 ranked defense in the state. Mm-hmm. Had only given up 7 points. I think this was like the 9th game of the season. We had only given up 7 points. And I saw Carton come in the game. I'm like, uh-oh. I said, Carton was coming to the game. He said, well, who he supposed to be? He ain't starting. He can't be that good. I'm like, yeah, I don't know Carton Harris. Y'all finna see. They would have thrown me on the side of the stadium to the Sterling side. And as soon as he touched the ball, he went 65 yards for a touchdown. Yeah. I said, I told y'all. I tried to tell y'all. Yeah. I played against him in the neighborhood. I know how good the guy was. Phenomenal athlete.
Yeah, he was. He was. Yeah.
Oh, one last question. Question. Who is your GOAT, Johnny, as far as track and field? If you had to choose between Usain Bolt, Michael Johnson, and Carl Lewis, who would you choose as your GOAT?
Well, I wouldn't put Michael into the class of Carl and Usain because just different, different events. It's like when you start talking about the GOAT, you got to say in that event, because track and field, Michael Johnson was he was all everything. He broke. I set the record at Baylor, and he broke it. And so he, he was a 200, quarter guy, and Carl was the 100 guy. Carl didn't really like the 200. Carl didn't like the 200. Okay. Usain Bolt, he started off in the quarter, and he dropped down. He dropped down to the 100 and stuff, and it's funny how he, most people who drop down to the 100 after becoming a great quarter miler, but he dropped down to the 100 and he wasn't that great of a quarter miler, and he dropped down and he just excelled and stuff. And so I like Carl because you put Carl on a relay. Carl was the greatest anchor leg I've ever seen in my life. Whoever he had to go get. Okay. He would go get, and it's like and he was just he's my GOAT on anchor legs on track and field. Now as for 100, I think Carl was great as his time. Usain was great as his time. It's like there was two different times and stuff. So
Okay, all right, Carl.
All right, guys, we're gonna go into the NFL that's going on right now. Playoffs about to happen first. Who's going to win out of Pittsburgh and Baltimore? Brother Bruce, who you think?
I think it's going to be Pittsburgh.
I think they playing in Baltimore though.
I don't think it's going to matter.
They in Pittsburgh.
Okay, they playing in Pittsburgh field?
Yeah, they played in Baltimore a couple of weeks ago. Pittsburgh went up there and beat them.
Brother, Lamar's gonna play though. You still think it's gonna be Pittsburgh?
I do. I think this is Aaron Rodgers' last hurrah. I think he's motivated them boys enough to know they got to win to get somewhere. And I think they're gonna pull it off. It's not gonna be about.
What you think about that, Brother David?
I'm gonna go against my brother Bruce this time because I think Baltimore. I think Baltimore is getting guys back. They've been there. They've done that. They've played in big games. They know how to win in big games. I think Pittsburgh has kind of been like a put-together team this year. And the continuity when it comes down to playoff time, that's when, as Johnny would tell you, that's when football players really start playing.
Yeah.
So I think they're with Harbaugh coaching, I just think they're better equipped to play. Plus, they're getting some guys back from injury. Main one being Lamar Jackson. So I'm going with Baltimore.
All right. Well, guys, we can kind of pick the playoff teams and who's going to win in the American Conference, who's going to win in the National Conference. Last week I said I think it's going to be the Texans are going to play whoever wins out of Pittsburgh and Baltimore, and I think they're going to win. I think they're going to play New England, and then they end up playing Denver. Now, who's going to win out of Denver and Houston? I'm not sure. I'm going to go all in for Houston this year, though. I think so. Anybody else in the American League, who you got going to go to the championship? Who you got going to go to the Super Bowl for the American League? Anybody?
I think
who you got, Johnny?
I think one of the most dangerous teams, and I don't think it's not the American League. I think one of the most dangerous teams is the Ravens. I think once they do get, the Ravens should have been in the Super Bowl the last few years. They got one of the most talented teams that they just hadn't played together, and then they hadn't had people together this year. But they've always been the most scariest team to me because they have everything that they need. Especially with the quarterback they have, if he really played like he should play. So one of the most dangerous teams to me is the Ravens, but they have underplayed the last 3 years. So whether they show up,
I think they just scary and bark loud.
Yeah,
I really think they just
one of them
bark
German
loud,
shepherds.
brother. And I think the Texans got something for real. That's my opinion. Phil, you have something to say?
Well, I just feel bad for the coaches because the losing coach is going to catch a lot of heat. Those are two historic, prestigious teams. And, I just love Tomlin, but I don't like the Steelers. And I like Harbaugh, but I don't like the Ravens. So they can choke each other out for all I care. But I do know the losing coach is going to be on some real heat.
True.
And they've been there a long time. It may be time for them to move on. Then it may be time to just give them a little more time to regroup. Because you're not going to have any Landrys and Shulers and all those guys stay 20, 30 years anymore. That ain't going to happen. So, no. But for the teams themselves, I say flip a coin. It's just that close for that game, for that particular game.
Okay. I say fire me if I'm the coach, Phil.
Huh?
Yeah. I say fire me nowadays if I'm the coach.
Well, that's the deal. I don't think either one of them should get fired. I think they should be allowed to walk away. They've accomplished a lot for those organizations and let them ease somebody in there who they like. But I tell you what, if you get rid of them, who you going to replace them with? You better have somebody good because they said legacy that both and Pittsburgh is the standard, as they say. Yeah. They only had a few coaches and they all stay long and they all do well. Now, Baltimore is
so Phil, who you think going to win in the AFC? Who's going
in the AFC, Denver's the team to beat until Houston can beat them. And then in the NFC, that's crazy over there. The Rams, the Eagles. Anybody can jump up over there. But Denver clearly showed what they can do. Yeah, clearly. But I think Houston can beat them. Houston's the one team that can go on the road and beat anybody.
Sound good. Brother Bruce, who you got in the AFC? Who you got in the NFC?
AFC, I got New England. And then I got either the Texans or Denver, depending on which way it go. And then in the NFC, I got Philly. I'm a Philly man. I'm a Jalen Hurts guy. So I got in my Super Bowl, I got Philly and the Patriots.
Whoa!
All right, brother David Irvin.
You know what? I'm like you, Carl. I'm a diehard Texan. I'm a Texan fan. I wish I could show you what's behind me right now. It's all Texan. but I know that a lot of that heart. A lot of that heart. A heart in them season tickets that I buy. But you know what? Like Phil said, they the one team they play on the road well. They have a consistent defense. Actually, same numbers they had last year as far as sacks and things like that. I think the offense is coming along. You're talking about 54 sacks last year, like 31 this year, no matter who's quarterbacking. Like Phil said, though, until they beat Denver, Denver. I got Denver and Seattle. I'll just make it short. Denver and
Seattle. Johnny, who you got?
Well, you know what? I'm not picking.
I'm
I'm
peak with Johnny.
I'm not. You know what?
That's a good way out. That's a good way out.
I'm trying to be a fan right now. I'm just trying to be a fan. That's all I want to be, as a fan.
All right. Jeff, who you got?
All right, in the AFC, I'm going to go with the top two teams in the AFC. I'm going with New England. New England has really been a surprise. I'm going with New England. I like what New England is doing. They 13-3. I like what they're doing. I like Denver. I think it's going to be Denver and New England. But if Houston can get Mixon back, the running back Mixon, I'm hearing it's a possibility he may be back in time for the playoffs. If they can get a healthy Mixon back, I think Houston can beat anybody. If we got a healthy Mixon, I'm serious. We can beat anybody. Because that's one thing, that's our one weakness on offense is our running game is not consistent. So if you put a consistent running game with CJ Stroud to go along with that defense, now you got a team that can beat anybody. So I'll go with Houston if we can get Mixon back. But if not, I'm going with New England versus Denver. Over in the NFC, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna pull a surprise. I'm gonna go with San Francisco. And I'm going to go with Philly. I think Philly is now getting it back. For a little while there, they kind of hit a little lull, but now they've won 3 straight now. So I think they've gotten back on their winning ways. And I think Philly, come playoff time, is a dangerous team. So I'm going to go with Philly versus San Francisco in the NFC.
Good. It's going to be interesting. And it's right around the corner. We're going to see. We don't have very long to wait to see what's going to happen. It's probably some of the best sports available that we can see at any time. When the playoffs coming on, everybody's glued to their TV. Hey guys, did anybody see the Jake Paul Joshua fight? Was anybody surprised?
Yeah. No. I'm surprised it took 6 rounds.
Yeah.
I thought he tried. But yes, he was overmatched. He was totally overmatched. But he tried. And a lesser person he might have beat, but he went up. But did you hear how much he got paid? He got paid $120 million.
Ooh, wow!
He got paid $120 million.
Jake Paul.
Joshua got paid $60 million.
No, Joshua actually got more than that call. It's now been recalculated. Joshua got $92 million. $92 million.
But he didn't get as much as Jake Paul.
No, he didn't get more than Jake Paul.
And then he goes to Nigeria and get in a bad car accident.
Exactly. Well, 2 of his friends were killed. A fatal car accident. Yes. Wow. 2 of his friends, and he spent time in the hospital. So both of those guys have had it real tough since that fight. Both guys. Jake Paul spent time in the hospital with a broken jaw. So they both had a hard time since that fight.
Yeah. I'll fight them both for 120 right now.
I know that's right.
62. I'll fight them both.
Hey, me too. I would too.
Now y'all got to understand, Carl wants to fight Clarissa Shields for free.
I charge.
Oh, I know it's gonna be for free.
No, I'm not gonna fight it.
It's not for free. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, let's get the Vegas crowd together, and hey, if I'm gonna get beat up by a girl, I want to get paid. Hey, but let me ask this question: has boxing become a caricature where it's not taken seriously anymore? I mean, the age of Ali, Foreman, Frazier, I mean, that was a serious time. But has the age of boxing just went to a caricature where it's just a show, or can it have some in-depth fights again that are meaningful that people take seriously? Brother Irvin, what you think?
Well, I tell you what, my son is a real big fighter, and every time a big fight comes on, he lets me know. And when I check out, sometimes the crowd say that it's still popular. But like you, I'm old school. It doesn't catch my attention like it used to when Ali, Foreman, and I knew every fighter. I knew what they did that weekend. Yeah. But no, I don't keep up with fighting like that now. But I think it's because other sports take so much time. You only got 24 hours in a day and so much sports on TV. And it's not getting it doesn't have the flavor that the young people want to see. And that social media controls everything. But I think that when you go to the fights, every seat sold out, so it's hard to say.
I will say when Tyson Fury fought against Deontay Wilder, that had interest. That had a lot of interest, and people were paying attention to it. But you don't have those marquee type of fighters Alexander Usyk from where is he from? Czechoslovakia. He's not out there in the headlines and so forth. So maybe we need just the type of fighter to bring it back. Any other comments on boxing?
So Wilder is now trying to set up a fight with Anthony Joshua. Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. Who would you guys take in that fight?
Ooh,
I'm gonna take Wilder.
Wilder? What about you, Bruce? Who you going with? Wilder versus Anthony Joshua.
Ooh, I don't know. I might have to go. I might have to stick with Joshua. Joshua just kind of rough around the edges. I might have to stick with Joshua.
All right. What about you, Phil? Who you got in that fight? If that fight happens,
If Wilder's in shape, he'll knock Joshua out. Joshua's easy to hit, and he's good. But if he's in shape, it'll be a better fight. But I just can't imagine Wilder being decent as he can because he looked horrible in these 2 fights against the big guy.
He did.
So if he comes in with what he was doing before that as a real boxer, he'll beat Joshua. Yeah.
Okay. Now we got coming up this month, Carl. We got Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. That's at the end of the month for the WBO Junior welterweight title. We also got Clarissa Shields going up against Franco Cruz for Shields' undisputed heavyweight title. And then next month you got Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia. That should be a really good fight. So you got some good fights coming up within the next 8 weeks.
But none of those guys want any parts of Gervonta Davis when he's right. When he's right,
no, I agree with that. I agree with that.
It's Shakur and the other guy, Teofimo, whatever his name is, Teofimo. They tap guys. They not doing nothing special. I like to see one of them fight Davis, and then I'll be impressed. But whoever wins that fight, they gonna get a little money, a little pub. But they good for their division. But they both are very, very skillful. I will give them that. But
hey, Phil, this is a very good time for our sponsorship message. Please shoot us with that.
Well, guys, we know that we all like being on this show and having a good time, but every endeavor you do in life, you need a sponsor. And for this particular show, we have one in A-Rocket Moving and Storage, a second-generation moving and storage company located in the heart of Third Ward off 288 in Yellowstone, 3401 quarter. DeAndre Sam, second-generation owner. We have 62,000 square foot of warehouse and storage. We can move you interstate, interstate, residential, commercial, home, whatever you need. Give us a call, 713-748-6024. Ask for me, Philip Green, or DeAndre Sam, and we will try to fulfill anything you need for us moving and storage. And we are always looking to get in new customers. We do offices, we do commercial, like I said, residential. We have clients such as Shell Oil, we have Conoco, we have law firms, and whatever you need to have done, as David Irvin can attest, when I introduced him to the company, David used him at our law firm for 20 plus years. So A-Rocket is well known in the city, well known in the state, and we continue to grow. And if anybody else would like to be sponsors of this show, let us know here. Give us a call or give us an email or a text or something, Jeffrey, myself, or call, and we'll get you on to get your space on here to advertise, because A-Rocket Moving and Storage is moving and helping people every day. Located in Third Ward. Just give us a call, 713-748-6024. A-Rocket Moving and Storage, your local moving storage company.
All right.
Hey, Carl, let me champion this next topic. Let's talk football. We're talking NCAA football, guys. NCAA football, we're now in the playoffs now. We're now starting the semifinal round next weekend. Okay, this past week, we got Miami beat number 10, Miami beat number 2, Ohio State. How many of you guys surprised at that?
Let's run the tape back when we all picked who was going to win, and how many of us said Indiana. Let's do that.
Yeah, I said Georgia. Georgia lost.
I said Texas Tech, and I have no idea.
Who else said what? Just keep it going.
I didn't say nothing because I wasn't on here, but I was with Jeff. I'd have said Georgia, and I'd have said Ohio State because that's the family. But guess what? I'd have been wrong.
Yeah.
But Dave, that's the beauty of it. Somebody had to be right. I don't get right too often, but I definitely said Indiana's going to win it. I'm going to stay with them.
I would have said
Okay,
that
how
too.
many of you guys are surprised that Indiana beat Alabama so handily, 38-3?
Now, that's
Who? I would have never thought that
All
would
of
happen.
us.
Not 38-3.
They got bullied the way they bully other people.
Man,
Wow,
I have watched.
that was a heck of a game yesterday.
Is that
Ole Miss,
quarterback that good,
He
Mendoza?
is that good.
Yes.
I have watched. I'm impressed with the coach.
There you go.
Because when they first hired him, they was like, who is he? Who is he? And he got tired of it. And he just said, you know what? I'm here because I win. Google me.
That's right.
Anybody time somebody, if he say something, you tell somebody something like that, you got a lot of confidence.
He does.
What you do.
And all 4 coaches left coached under, guess who? Nick Saban.
Yeah. Nick Saban.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he has
All of them.
He doesn't have a few branches. He got a tree of coaches. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Some
so
of them got
And
beat,
that includes
coach,
Kirby
under
Smart too.
Yeah.
So what I like about Indiana, but it's like they do not change for nobody.
Right.
They do the you watch them play. They do the same thing against everybody every week. They do not.
You can't
change.
rush them. You can't seem to rush them. You can't rush them.
Yeah,
They play at their own tempo.
And what's growing is the confidence that they have.
Yes.
Man, them big linemen, they blew Alabama big linemen out. I mean, they embarrassed them.
Ohio State's too.
It's
Ohio State.
Yes.
Ohio State like that.
I still can't get over it. Indiana's a basketball school, and we talking Indiana football. Indiana's a basketball tradition. I mean, I still can't get over that. But okay.
What in the night? What in the Bobby night is going on, man?
I
Do you know
Yeah,
they're the losingest team in college?
They
football?
were. But
See,
the last 2 years,
football.
but the last 2 years they've been in the playoffs.
They've been in the playoffs.
Signetti knows what he's doing,
They've been
and
in
he's
the playoffs.
building.
He know
And
what
with
he's
the
doing.
NIL, you can now balance and go buy you some players.
Yeah, that's true.
That's Texas Tech.
Yeah, but they didn't do no good yesterday.
What do you guys think about Oregon beating Texas Tech 23-0? That was a surprise.
That was embarrassing.
Texas Tech had a high-team offense and got blanked.
It was embarrassing. It was like
I didn't think they
embarrassing.
shut them out.
I quit looking.
That was shocking.
That was a shocker. So now that sets up the semifinals for next Thursday and Friday. You got number 5 Oregon going against the number 1 Indiana. Who you guys got?
Indiana.
Don't go against Indiana, man. Don't go against Indiana.
All right.
Hey, their defense is tough.
You can't
So
go
everybody
against
taking Indiana. I'm gonna take Oregon since everybody else taking Indiana. I'm gonna take Oregon.
You're gonna eat your words. You're gonna eat your words. You're gonna eat your words. You're gonna eat every one of them.
JY. I'll take risks. We risk takers.
I like
That's
Oregon's
JY.
quarterback.
So you want to understand that, Johnny?
Oregon's quarterback is good. Oregon's quarterback is very good.
Yes. I'm going with Oregon, 13-1 versus Indiana 14-0. That should be a good game. And then we have in the other game, you have number 6 Ole Miss, 13-1, going up against number 10 Miami, 12-2. That's going to be next Thursday. So those games are Thursday and Friday. And then, of course, the winners play in a championship game on the 19th in Miami Gardens, Florida. So that should be very interesting. Yeah. I like this format. How do y'all like this format, this current playoff format they have?
It's great.
I like it.
Yeah. Since they got it together finally.
Finally together.
Yep.
Well, that was ridiculous. I like it. What they've been doing the past years. That's ridiculous. Really.
Yeah. It's really that first year with Florida State, that was horrible.
Yeah, it was.
That's the BCS.
Well, the only thing I don't like is Notre Dame said, hey, if y'all don't treat us fairly, we're not going to even compete. So
we're going to take out all of them.
Some pitfalls, I guess.
Well,
Notre Dame thought they should have beat that as opposed to Miami.
They should have beat A&M or Miami. That's part of the problem.
Yeah. Right.
I think it'll increase to 16, though, guys. I think that because of the controversy. Look, it's about money nowadays. It's about that dollar.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything's about that dollar.
Congratulations to the University of Houston. Oh, go ahead. Say what?
Yes, sir. The Cougars, probably Cougars.
Congratulations to University of Houston Cougars beating LSU 38-35. Outstanding win, closing out their season. But you got the transfer portal starting up now. From now until I believe the 19th of this month. So you're going to see some. The Houston's going to be losing that Pratt. that defensive tackle, they're going to be missing him. He's leaving. So it's going to be some guys moving, a lot of guys moving in this transfer portal. So it's going to be very interesting. I also want to congratulate Texas, number 13 Texas, for beating number 18 Michigan, 41-27. So congratulations to the University of Texas Longhorns on that win. So outstanding. It's hot right now. It's hot. I'm enjoying
and do we
NCAA
think
football.
the SWAC and the HBCUs are going to get some players in the transfer portal? I saw the quarterback for Prairie View. I still think he's going to get drafted. He did a very good job. What do you all think about the HBCUs getting some of these transfer students and propping up their programs?
I think the UIL is a main avenue now. It's so each. I mean, I've talked to Dish, on what's going on at TSU, with the UIL and stuff, and schools like that, they're trying to, get sponsors, because they really want everybody, they want everybody on UIL, the whole team, and not just a few players, and that's, so these schools are what they're doing. They're going to get, sponsors and stuff, to sponsor, the whole team, sponsor guys on the team and stuff. And that's going to be the key to, to a lot of these, because it's pay to play now. I mean, it's like, I'm not going to go nowhere. I'm not going to go nowhere with nobody. You're gonna maybe you paying, I'm going. It's like, hey, I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. But these guys, some of the colleges, these college guys' bank account is bigger than mine. Yeah. Man, it's like, hey, it's like, wow, man, it's like,
why go pro?
Yeah, why go pro? It's like they actually take a pay cut when they don't go pro. Man, it's like everybody, the whole Alabama team was on UIL. Only maybe 20 of them go to the NFL, and so you got the next 30 or 40, fit to go into the world, and then they fit to take a pay cut. That's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of them share. Their NIL with their teammates. They spread it out. They do. I know some of them they do.
They do.
Some of them, mom and daddy won't let them share it though.
Yeah.
The sad part about it.
We think they're going to have to make
a story,
an adjustment in the UIL to have a fair process. I know they've been talking about it. I think
they're still trying to find the level that they want to be in. But some of these programs are going to outshine. I don't think they can put too much of a restriction on it now, because they got it now. They just got it going. Going out. I think they probably can put a total. That only so much. But it's going to be hard.
All they'll do is just take it back under the table like they've been doing.
That's all. That's what they're going to do. Once you open that can is open now. That can is open.
Yeah,
that can is open. They can get, and a school can get anybody they want to if they're talking about money. If it's all about money, they can get anybody they want to.
It always comes back to that. Back in the day of Eric Dickerson and Greg James. Yeah,
it's like, hey, man.
It was back in that way. Back then, and it's like that again. So,
man, I talked to a good friend of mine, Darryl Green. Darryl said, "Man, if they had it back then, I would go anywhere."
Are we talking about Darryl Green went to Texas A&I?
Yeah, Texas A&I. Yeah. He said I would go anywhere who would have took care of my mama. He said, "Man, I would have went anywhere." Right. He said, "Whoever would have gave me the most money to take care of my mama, that's where I would have went." It's like,
Johnny, I'm one of 12 kids.
Yeah,
let me tell you something, bro.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. It's all about that dollar.
You take a suitcase full of money and go.
Yeah, that's right. And if I get big, I got to bring my family along.
I got to bring my family along. That's true.
Because that's the way I was raised. So it all depends on where you come from and where you're going. I think it makes it hard on coaches. And another way of looking at it, guys, is this is corporate America. Think about corporate America now. You can buy, if you can buy it, if you can make money off of it, if you can sell yourself. Look, I like the Prairie View coach. He said, this is what I'm offering. This is what you're getting. And if you don't like it, you might want to pick another school.
Exactly. And he said he's only giving them 4 hours to make a decision.
Mm-hmm. And he said, tell your parents before they come running and calling me. This is what the news changes.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. But that's the right changes.
But to answer your question, Carl, Yes, the HBCU schools will be getting some players, but you have to understand you have degrees of players. You have the 5-star, the 4-star, the 3-star, the 2-star players. So they're not gonna get the 5-star, the 4-star, but they can get some of the 2 and 3-star players.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who can
Yes.
become 5 stars? That's the
Yeah.
problem. You
In your
can't judge a
system.
guy by his stars.
Right.
You judge him by what he performs out on the field, the court, wherever his field of area is, because there's a lot of that's overrated. I just left a high school basketball game today watching Marshall and Kempner. And I only go because my cousin, Reverend Gerald, Dave, and Ronnie Courtney, I'm friends with him. And he don't have nearly the talent that he normally has. But he still run the same back cuts, the same pick and rolls, and they work because the kids understand. And so you have to have a certain level of coaching ability too to get a 2-star player and make him a 5-star player. That makes a difference.
Yeah.
Coaching is important.
Yeah,
Well, I tell you guys,
coaching is always important.
In every sport, every area.
Sport. That's true.
Hey guys, our last topic we want to talk about is the NBA. We talking about having talent. We talking about having chemistry. And NBA, you got to have that because Oklahoma City was trouncing everybody, but San Antonio has got their number 3 times.
Yep.
And
they do.
Houston have a little problem with chemistry, got a lot of talent, but they don't have a point guard and still trying to win. Now they got a 3-game win streak. What is the state of the NBA that you see? Who is the highlights? Who is low lights? What's your comment, Brother Bruce?
I'm gonna stay in Texas for a second. Houston, we need a true point guard. We got everything else you need. We need a true point guard. We need somebody to look to pass first and set up.
Can we wait on Van Fleet?
And I'm gonna tell you something about Van Fleet. He's gonna help. But if you go back to when he was in Canada, he wasn't in Toronto. He wasn't a true point guard. He really is a shooting guard. He's just small.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna tell you the up and coming team to me right now. Them doggone Spurs, boy. They young and they athletic.
Yep.
And they get up and down the floor.
Yep. Go ahead.
They play defense, guys. Think about
I like their guards. I like
they guards. They big guards.
And Castle. I love their guards. The goal of Wembanyama. Oh, they set. That team is set up for many years to come.
They 3-point shooter away.
They deep.
That's why
they deep 6, 7.
They
deep 6 and 7. I mean, they can go 8. Really. I mean, they can go 8 deep. Yeah, they can go 8 deep. They can go 8 deep easily. I mean, they don't even have to start the big man. They play better him come off the bench sometimes. Like, hey, so,
I think
they've been playing off the bench.
Pivotal games, they gonna need Wembley though. They gonna need Wembley.
But guess who all of a sudden is playing some good ball now, Carl?
Who's that?
Guess who all of a sudden is playing some good ball that we've been dogging them out all season? The LA Clippers are finally playing some ball. They won 6 straight. What's his name? Kawhi Leonard, oh my goodness, he put up huge numbers since he's returned from injury. They won 6 straight. So they're in the 11th spot now. They only, about a game and a half out of the 10th spot, and there's 10 teams go to the playoffs. So look out for the Clippers. They beat Houston. So look out for the Clippers.
I still think Kawhi is not going to play a full year.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I just got to say that. That's history. He's not going to play a full year.
Yeah, he's not.
And if that's all they got, him and Harden, I don't think they got enough. You need some of them young boys running around. That's my opinion.
I agree.
But
how's about Boston? Boston is hanging in there in the East. 21-12. They considering they playing without their best player, they right there in the thick of things. And I'm hearing
Jaylen Brown is playing pivotal for them. He's averaging 29 a game. Jaylen Brown is carrying them because besides him, they really ain't got no talent. They got Peyton Pritchard, but Detroit is the class of the East.
There you go. Yeah. Derek White is definitely
Derek White's a talent.
Yeah, he is.
They're playing some ball. He don't want to keep them going.
Yeah.
So everybody thought this was gonna be a down year for them. But
It
Jason Tatum is gonna be back in time for the playoffs. He'll be back before the playoffs.
Who's
So
gonna
it's
make
gonna be
the
interesting to
biggest?
see what Boston does.
Who's gonna make
Huh?
the biggest trade? Who's gonna make the biggest trade to
Good,
help them win?
good one. That's a good question.
Who's gonna
Paul,
make the
go ahead.
biggest
That's a
Very
good
good
question.
point.
Who?
I think
Yes, sir.
Giannis is going to get traded. I think
I think
Giannis
so,
is
too.
going to get traded to Dallas. That's my opinion.
Ooh.
Okay.
Giannis going to get traded. Now, they're going to have to give up Anthony Davis to get him.
Yeah.
Well, they ain't
I
giving
think-
up
And
much.
some.
Yeah. They would have to give up Anthony Davis to get him.
They
But
gotta
Anthony
give
don't
up-
play but 20 games a year. You talking about
Exactly.
Kawhi gonna get hurt?
I
Yeah,
think
you
Zion might
talking
get
about Kawhi.
traded. If
Yeah,
I
think
was
Giannis
general
will get
manager, I'd
traded.
trade him.
I think Giannis gonna get traded either to New York or to the
Exactly.
Rockets.
It-
The Rockets got
I
the
think-
assets to make that happen.
I
So yeah,
think
go to
I
New
think
York
the
or
Rockets
go to the
ain't
Rockets.
making that trade, Jeff.
Okay, I'm just
I
telling you
think
what
the
I think.
same thing.
Just telling you what I think.
You
I
think
think he gonna
Giannis
go
coming
to
to
New
the
York.
Rockets? You say, Jeff?
I say either going to New York or to the Rockets.
See, I don't like it
I
with the
also
Rockets
heard
because
that
the same
Houston
thing with
was
Luka.
looking at Trae Young, the point guard, for Atlanta, Trae Young, but I don't like that
That's
trade.
better.
I don't like that trade. But,
Only
you know,
guard I would trade for is LaMelo Ball.
oh my goodness.
That's
That
the only
guy hasn't
good-
won
That's the only guard
anything.
I
He
would
hasn't-
trade for. Otherwise, I think I can hold on till Van Fleet gets back.
He doesn't affect winning. Ball doesn't affect winning, in my opinion. He
I
doesn't
don't think
affect
he
winning.
got enough help to affect winning.
Not
my
not
opinion.
one playoff game. Not one playoff game. He doesn't impress me enough. But I hear you though, Cole. I hear you. But Detroit's
I'm
still
with
number
Carl.
one over in the East. Detroit's still number one,
Hold
25
on,
and 9.
Dave Irvin.
Huh?
What you say?
Okay.
Hey, I'm with you, man. I look at Van Fleet. Let me tell you, here's the key with that. I totally understand what Bruce is saying. Bruce is totally right that last year and at Toronto, Van Fleet was not necessarily the type of point guard. He's an off guard that plays point guard. But here's the thing. He's like a coach. Udoka has been training this guy, and now that he's been sitting on that bench with Udoka, they go boxing together. Dude, he's training him now to be a point guard off the floor. So sometimes when you've had an injury, and John, you notice guys will come back. When you get to see the game from an outside perspective and you get to come back, I think when you got a Kevin Durant, and y'all have been seeing him, he called him buckets, okay? If he's healthy, he can do one thing, and that's score. He does not need to handle the ball.
True.
He does not need to be passing.
True.
But if Van Fleet is such a smart player that he will come in. He only shot last year when he really needed to toward the end of the season. Because at the beginning of the season, he let Amen do his thing. He let Jalen Green get his shot. And I think that shows the smartness and that shows the capabilities of being a good point guard with the good coaching. Hey, like Phil said earlier, coaching, guys, we underrate good coaching. And Udoka is a good coach.
Well,
All he's done is win.
He's a player's coach. He's a player's coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's why I think Van Fleet will be better because I think with you guys, I mean, come on. I'm about to put Phil at point guard. I still think we can win.
Yeah.
Phil ain't gonna go out there and take no shot that he don't think he can make. And he can pass the ball. If you're smart, you're gonna give Durant the ball at some point during the game. And if he's standing out there, if you can just if you can penetrate any and kick it, guys, that team is loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see.
And everybody been dogging Reed out for so long. Reed showing some life.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's finally coming around. He's finally coming around.
Yeah.
But they still need a point guard. He is not a
Yeah, I
point
know
guard.
he's not.
They do. They need a point guard.
But drafted where he was, people have killed him.
And he's going to be better.
Showing life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been hard on him.
I still
he's a player, Jeff.
With what I got and get wait on Van Fleet. I think they're gonna be all right. Now they done lost some games that they certainly should have won. They were up by 20 and lost those games. That's very concerning. I don't care who I got. I'm not supposed to lose being up by 20 and let a team come back like Sacramento, like New Orleans. No, that's a problem. So if I'm the coach, I'd be very upset with that. Whoever I got,
point guard.
They struggle to win close games, those close games, because they're still trying to find their identity. They're still trying to figure out who should get the ball at the end of games. Should it be Alperen Sengun or should it be Kevin Durant? And they're still struggling on that. Who's that alpha dog should get the ball at the end of the game? They still
Why they
struggle with
need a
that.
point guard, which is why they need a point guard right there.
Exactly.
That's the point where the point
Exactly.
guard determines
Hey,
who gets the ball. I
Exactly.
tell you who's gonna get
there
it.
you
Who I
go.
pass it
There
to
you
is who's
go.
gonna get it. You know, who's
Yeah.
gonna
Well,
get
we
it.
gonna
So,
see. We're not gonna
that's
get
what we're
that
talking
settled, I
about.
don't believe.
And
But
that'll cut
when is
all
the
that
trade
off.
deadline, Jeff?
Say what?
Trade deadline.
Oh, trade deadline is February 5th. So you got a month. A month
Okay,
out.
all right. I personally don't think the Rockets gonna make a trade. I don't think they will, but I believe it's gonna be a lot of trades. Giannis, Zion, John Morant gonna get traded. Now, John Morant had a very good game. I just saw him against Philly, but I hear he's having so many problems, with the coach and so forth. Now he's a greatly talented young man, but that background also, you got to be concerned with that. And down in Memphis on Beale Street, you can get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
So
let me ask you this: you think he gonna do that if he on the Rockets and Udoka his coach?
Oh no, that ain't
You
gonna
really
work.
think he gonna be that? Do you
That
really
ain't
think
gonna
he
in my opinion, I wouldn't give him a chance.
Well,
I
I'm
would
with you
not.
there.
I don't want to bring him here. But
I'm with you there.
he's an extremely talented young man. But who would you have to give up to get him?
That's the problem I like. That's my
Yeah.
Too
problem.
many assets.
I don't want to give up
I don't want to
Jabari
give up Tyree Easton for him. I don't want to do that.
I think
In
Tara
order
is going to be moved between now and the summer. I think he's going to be moved. Why?
I agree.
Because they did not reach an extension with him. He didn't get an extension like Jabari did. He didn't
You're
get
right.
it because he wanted more guaranteed money, and they wouldn't give him the guaranteed money he wanted. And the reason why is because each season he's been with us, he misses a huge chunk of games. He gets hurt every year, just like he did this season.
That's
And
true.
they have
true.
concerns about that. So that's why he didn't get the extension.
Well,
Yeah, his
The thing
long
with
term
guys,
is a
Jabari-
we'll
problem.
see. We'll
Now,
see
they
what's
also
going to
want
happen
to
in the NBA coming up. We are at the hotbed part, January, February, going into March. There you go with the NBA, and we'll see. Now, last thing, WNBA is really propping up. Artie Crooks is out there. She's just a junior, but if she could go pro, she should go pro. Maybe Juju also. I heard Angel Reese broke her hand. Some people said she quit, but she didn't quit. She broke her hand, so that's why she had to take a break. Also, Caitlin Clark is looking good in the summer league. So we think the Comets might be coming back. Have you heard any more on that, Jeff?
The Connecticut Suns will be relocated to Houston, and yes, they will be the Houston Comets. Yes.
They
They will start
finalized it?
playing. They will start playing the summer of 2027.
Brother Bruce
Okay.
asked, did they finalize it?
Oh, it hasn't been finalized, but I'm hearing it's pretty really close to a done deal.
Okay.
Well, that would be a good thing so that Tina Thompson, Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops can have their banner, their retired numbers in the banner, and the Comets 4 championships. We showing it nowhere, but we need to show it
Right.
whatever stadium we get, and we look forward to that. Anything
got my
else
Comet
on
rings,
sports,
guys.
coming up?
Whatever.
Well, guys, we are toward the end of our show talking about sports. If it's Friday, we got Sunny Side Sports. Our next show will be on the 16th. We'll have 3 guests there. Wherever you are, check out Sunny Side Sports every other Friday. We appreciate it. Last statement, Mr. Jeff.
Hey, I want to thank our guest, outstanding guest. I can't believe we got Johnny Thomas, NFL, 10-year NFL player, 10-year NFL player. On the mile relay team, the world record-setting mile relay team at Baylor University, played at Ross Shaw Sterling High School out of South Park. Thank you, Johnny Thomas, for coming on the show.
Appreciate it. I
Appreciate
enjoyed
you.
it.
Thank you. All right,
Also
guys, we'll
appreciate
see you next
David
week.
Irvin. Also appreciate David
next
Irvin.
2 weeks, and we'll send you a video. It'll be out there. And also, make sure you go on Sunny Side Live on Facebook with Jeff Walker. Check out all the sports. Johnny, you got your videos of your mile relay on there. Look
All
up
right.
right at the top. You can check them out.
All
We'll
right.
see you next time. Thank you. Have a good day.
All
All
right.
right.